All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about something pretty incredible. The idea that your dinner plate can actually be one of your best weapons in the fight against diabetes. We're going to break down 5 powerhouse food groups that can help you manage it and maybe even reverse it.
So, that's the big question, right? Can you really fight diabetes with what's on your plate? I mean, can simple choices at breakfast, lunch, and dinner truly change the game for your health? It kind of sounds too good to be true, doesn't it?
Well, the answer is a huge yes. And the science on this? It's getting clearer all the time. What you eat isn't just some sideshow to your treatment. It's a main event. It's a cornerstone. You really do have the power to transform your own metabolic health. Okay, so how do we make this real? We're going to focus on just 5 powerhouse food groups. And look, we're not talking about weird, expensive stuff you can't find. These are everyday, accessible foods that are amazing at improving insulin sensitivity, cutting down on inflammation, and keeping your blood sugar steady. So let's build the foundation of this plate, shall we?
All right, first things first, we're starting with the foundation, greens and greens. These two are the absolute bedrock for getting your metabolism on the right track.
Now, these two work as a team, but they have different jobs. Think of leafy greens as your body's firefighters. They're there to reduce inflammation, which is a huge cause of insulin resistance. And whole grains, they're your energy managers, making sure your blood sugar stays nice and stable without all those crazy spikes and crashes. So let's get into the details on leafy greens. We're talking about stuff like spinach, kale, arugula, you know the drill. What's so great about them is they're super low in carbs, but absolutely stuffed with fiber and antioxidants. That combo is what fights off the inflammation and helps your insulin do its job better. And the best part? It's so easy. Seriously, just toss a handful in a smoothie, scramble it with your eggs, build a salad, done. Okay, before we get to our next food, we have to talk about something called the glycemic index. It sounds technical, but it's really simple. It's just a way to measure how quickly a food makes your blood sugar rise. Think of it like this. High glycemic foods are like hitting the gas pedal. Vroom, a huge spike. Low glycemic foods, that's more like a slow, steady cruise control. And that is precisely why whole grains are a must-have. Things like quinoa, brown rice, and oats, they're all in that cruise control category. They're low on the glycemic index. And the secret ingredient? Fiber. All that fiber hasn't been stripped out, so it slows everything down. You get a nice, steady release of energy, not that crazy sugar rush and the inevitable crash that follows. Okay, we've got our foundation. Now let's add some boosters. Beans and spices. And trust me, these do way more than just make your food taste good. They're like secret agents for your metabolism. Let's talk beans. Lentils, chickpeas, black beans. These guys are a total powerhouse. They're packed with 2 amazing things: plant-based protein and fiber. That 1-2 punch does 2 jobs. It slows down sugar release, just like we want, and it keeps you feeling full for a really long time. That's huge for avoiding unnecessary snacking. They're just a great stabilizing force for any meal. And spices? Oh yeah. It's time to see things like cinnamon, turmeric, and ginger as more than just, well, spices. Think of them as functional foods. That just means they have a specific job to do for your health. They're not passive bystanders. They are active ingredients working for you. So what's their job? Fighting inflammation. Remember how we talked about that being a major cause of insulin resistance? Well, by calming that inflammation down, spices like cinnamon and turmeric can actually help your body use insulin better. And it doesn't take much. A little sprinkle here and there can make a real difference. All right, our last category, smart finishers. We're talking nuts and seeds. These are your go-tos for topping off a meal or for winning the war against the afternoon snack attack. So why are they so good? It's all about the mix. Just look at almonds. You've got healthy fats, protein, and fiber all in one little package. That trio is like the dream team for slowing down digestion. It stops those big sugar spikes you'd get from, say, a bag of chips. It's the perfect blood sugar-friendly snack. So we're talking almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds. They're all your allies in this fight against hunger. A small handful for a snack, a sprinkle on your oatmeal, that's all it takes to get that perfect mix of nutrients that keeps you full and your blood sugar in check.
Oh, and bonus, the healthy fats are fantastic for your heart, which is always a win.
Okay, so that's the 5 powerhouse groups. But, knowing the stuff is one thing. Doing it is what counts. So let's turn all this talk into a super simple action plan you can actually use.
Listen, if you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Swap out your refined grains. The difference is night and day. White rice, white bread, they send your blood sugar on a rocket ship. But whole grains like quinoa, they give you that slow, steady burn you need for real control. I'm telling you, this one swap is a total game changer. And here are 3 super simple ways to start. Like today. For dinner, swap white rice for quinoa. When that 3 p.m. snack craving hits, grab a handful of almonds instead of something sugary. And in the morning, just throw a little spinach into your smoothie or eggs. See? We're not talking about a massive overhaul here, just small steps that add up big. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one simple idea. The key isn't some crazy complicated diet. There's no magic pill. It's just about choosing real food, foods that are packed with nutrients and haven't been processed to death. That is how you get to stable blood sugar and better health for the long haul. So I'm going to leave you with a question. Don't worry about changing your whole life tomorrow. Just think about one thing. What's one small change you're going to make today? Which of these swaps you're going to try? That first small step, that's where your story really begins.